Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Let me tell you who showed up to court today. Moi. Struggle streaming already. Guys, I was in the house. All right. And you better believe me when I tell you there were some fireworks going down. I already knew it was on. When I stepped out of the car, I saw one of Tasha K's attorneys getting out, and he had all of the demonstratives. Do y'all know what demonstratives are? Demonstratives, if y'all seen in court, in these court trials, these big court trials, well, they'll have the big poster boards with graphics and designs and displays and maps. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The big maps that you guys see in court where the attorneys are pointing at things. And this dude had a ton of demonstratives. I was like, how many you got in there, pimp? I mean, they came ready for war. That was Cardi B's attorney, right? So I already knew from the jump it was about to go down. And let me tell you something. I was not disappointed. I was not disappointed. They went hard. Now, this was, you remember when I was telling you I was disappointed at Cardi B's attorney? She's got a few attorneys. So the attorney that I was kind of not disappointed in her, because she's an excellent attorney. I was just disappointed in the way that she performed the cross. The cross, shout out to Kevin Samuels, it was mediocre at best. All right, it was. Now Tasha K lied through the whole thing, so you know, I mean, was it really gonna? It didn't really matter. Let me be honest, it didn't really matter, but it was not. The attorney, I think this attorney that did the final, I think she's from Georgia, and she represented. She represented. Now she got thrown off a little bit. The judge threw her a curveball, and it kind of messed her up. But we're gonna talk all about that. Do you know who else though? Y'all know how I've been shitting on Olga. Ooh, guess who showed up today? Guns blasting. Olga was like, no. Olga came out, guns blasting. God, we're going to get into it, man. We are absolutely going to get into it. I have so much to tell you. I should have been covering this damn case from the very start. Shout out to the nice lady from Law Blog, Blog 360. She's awesome. Shout out to infamous Sylvia. She's awesome as well. Y'all know Dennis and Choke No Joke. Them two characters, right? Shout out to them. Also, shout out to my other compatriots, all of the YouTubers that have been covering this. Shout out to Nate. Y'all know Nate the lawyer. He's done some excellent coverage of this. Natalie, y'all know Natalie, something chick, right? Y'all know Natalie. She's awesome. She did a really great job covering this as well. And of course, all of y'all know Emily too. So the lawyers, we've been in the house, man. We've been in the house. I should have represented more. Like, you know, I had home field advantage. Oh, man. So next time, this is probably like a once in a every 5-year event. But in 5 years, watch, I'm going to step my game up. Shout out to Ya. Thank you so much, Ya Speaks. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate it. Oh, look who we got. Look who we got. I was just like, speaking of the devil, I was just talking about my boy, Nate the lawyer. And if you want to come up, I don't know if Nate wants to come up, but if he wants to come up, I'm going to drop the link. Guys, this link is only for Nate. It's only for Nate. But if he wants to come up, he is certainly welcome. So shout out to Nate the lawyer, guys. Nate the lawyer is one of the best lawyers on YouTube, also a brother. Does excellent coverage of other things that happen, and in the wider kind of, let's say, the mainstream. He covers kind of the mainstream topics. Over here we're a little bit more niche, but he covers the mainstream celebrities and things like that when they are in hot water. Does excellent legal breakdown. Did an excellent breakdown of the Ahmaud case down here in Georgia as well. Shout out to Katie. Thank you so much, Katie B. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Shout out to Mixmaster Miko. Mixmaster Miko says TLA is getting ready to drop an elbow from the top rope with another excellent breakdown and commentary on this Tasha K soap opera. Salute, sir. Salute to you, Master Miko. I wish this thing would never end. I'm getting so much mileage out of this. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Shout out to KD becoming a member. Thank you so much, KD. I really, really appreciate it. Shout out to Dottie Girl. Thank you, Dottie Girl, as well with the pounds. Okay, I'm gonna get into it, guys, and I'm gonna read everything 20 and up because I got to get into it. Shout out to Beautiful Lies. Thanks for the strong work, Lee. Shout out to my man, Beautiful Lies. Y'all know who he is. Y'all go check him out, El Guapo, on the Beautiful Lies channel. Excellent content creator. I have collaborated with him many a time, both on my channel and on his. Let me give a big shout out to Marie. Marie bought me coffee this morning. I don't know if she's in the house, but thank you so much, Marie. Also, Mark Hill with the $25 cash app. Thank you so much, Mark Hill, for supporting your boy today. Thank you as well, Alice. Thank you as well, Alice, on the cash app. Thank you to all the patrons. Guys, I want to get into it. This was so exciting. I was disappointed. You know, the Tasha K's main attorney, you know, the lead attorney, not Tasha K's, Cardi B's lead attorney, the first chair. She's been good, you know. She's good on paper. Some attorneys are good on paper, and then some attorneys are like good, like in the real life type of stuff. When I'm talking about on paper, what I'm talking about making a record. I'm talking about doing the depositions, you know, doing all of the pleadings, doing the discovery, knowing the rules. I mean, this attorney, Cardi B's attorney, is A1. I can just tell, like on paper, like bang, bang, bang. I mean, she's gonna get you 10 ways to Sunday. But you show up in trial in court, and she's kind of like, you know, kind of flustering a little bit, right? Now, you know, what did Tasha K, when she came at me, what did she say? Oh, you know, I repeated the third grade or whatever. No, she said, I repeated the ninth grade 3 times, right? So she's not like this attorney. I promise you, Cardi B's attorney did not repeat the ninth grade 3 times. Cardi B's attorney is on it, but she didn't really know how to deal with someone with the likes of a Tasha K. Tasha K's character was too strong for her, to be honest. This new attorney, though, that came out of the woodworks to do this closing, she tried to bring the hammer. So let us talk about it. I'm going to get straight into it. Now, this is a verdict watch, guys. The verdict has not come in yet. What has happened? Both sides have given their closing argument. I'm going to talk to you about the closing argument. Then for both sides, it was exciting. There were fireworks. Then the jury was read the instructions, and now the jury has the case. So now we are watching. We're waiting for the verdict. Everybody kind of was expecting it today because it's not a hard case. Tasha K admitted to everything, lied about everything, threw her husband under the bus about everything. We thought we were going to send the jury back and they were going to come back in 3 minutes. Like, y'all ready to go? Like, everybody's ready to go. So it's surprising that it's taken this long, to be honest. And you can't really say that about a 3-week trial, that the case has been out for 2-3 hours and everybody's like, what's taking so long? But literally, that's how it is. That's how lopsided this case was. Now, there are some things, and we're gonna let's talk about it. Okay, so what is the closing argument, guys? And thank you, Gail, because I saw a bunch of red shoes in there. I was like, what are y'all doing to my chat? Shout out to Cardi B and the red bottoms, because I'm not even gonna go down that road. Y'all know me at Cardi B. Shout out to Cardi. So what is the closing arguments? The closing arguments, basically, guys, is the summation, right? It's just wrapping everything up. Now, none of this is supposed to be evidence. The evidence is closed. This is when you bring it home, right? And this is an important time for the jury because they've sat through 3 weeks. Anytime you sit through 3 weeks, anything, you're like, okay, what happened again? What happened 2 Wednesdays ago? And what was that we heard last Thursday? Like, they can't keep it all straight. Some of them are taking notes, some of them aren't. Some of them are like this, man. Like, come on. Come on. I knew how I was gonna rule like 2 weeks ago. Like, I don't need a paper and pen. I need you to ask me, is she liable for defamation? That's what I need. I need to go home. Right? There was this one lady on the jury today They gave her a pen and pad, and she was like, "Okay, I'll take it." But when she sat down, she tossed that thing. She was sitting there like this. She was sitting there like this. She didn't take one note. She was just looking. She was like, "This is ridiculous. I'm ready to go." Y'all know when y'all were a kid and y'all used to be in church and you would just be like, "Oh my God, I'm ready to go." Like, I'm not writing anything in any Bible. Don't hand me the Bible. I don't care what it says in a classicalese. I don't care what it is. I'm ready to go. That's how that lady was. She was sitting in the back. She wasn't writing a damn thing. Like, that's why everybody's surprised. Like, where's the verdict, right? Where is the verdict? Okay, so what happens? It's kind of weird, guys. The Cardi B's attorney gets to give her closing, and then Tasha K can give her closing. But Cardi B's attorney gets to circle back and give another closing, right? It's kind of called a rebuttal, but it's kind of the same thing. All right. So it's closing, rebuttal. So you got Tasha K is kind of sandwiched in between the closings. All right. Now I mentioned, and this was a flaw, I think. They had some demonstrative, all the diagrams, like the placards, right? Where you used to go to get go to Kinko's and get all the posters and stuff. Y'all remember those science fairs where you used to have the science fair and all that? That's what they did, right? They had 6 of them. I thought it was the OJ trial. They had 6 of those things, huge demonstratives. Do you know how many they referred to? The judge gave them an hour and 15 minutes. Do you know how many they referred to? 0. They referred to 0. All right, listen. Let me stop for a second. Let me give a shout out to my man, Nate, the lawyer. Let me bring him up. How are you doing, Nate?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. I'm surprised that this Cardi B thing is going to verdict right now. I was thinking Friday, but it looks like they're in, huh? Jury got it.
Yes, the judge was really trying to squeeze it in for Friday, but it ran over. Some of the things there've been some problems with some of the attorneys and some of the evidence. This case had a lot of evidence. There was over 1,100 exhibits just for the plaintiff alone. So it was a pretty intensive case, even though it was super straightforward and simple in certain aspects. And because of Cardi B's attorneys, Tasha K's attorneys not really knowing how federal court works, there were some issues and it made the case take a little longer. But the judge is trying to get this case done. Everybody's looking for a verdict. I don't know how long the judge is going to let the jury go.
Yeah,
So
she
mhm.
it seems like they really her attorneys were really out of their place in the.
Yes, her attorneys were super out of place. I think now they're down here in Georgia too, and I don't want to badmouth them. And it seems like they're good attorneys, I suppose, but they're good criminal defense attorneys. And the issue is this case is a defamation case, and these criminal attorneys, I think they practice in our superior court, which is like the state court.
Yeah.
It's not federal court, so they're used to state criminal, and now they find themselves in federal civil, and they don't know what's going on. Every single day the judge has to admonish them about something. The judge 2 days ago told the main attorney to go back to the first year of law school. I was like, man, and it's so embarrassing because
Wow.
Tasha K, 1 million subscribers. She's basically a YouTube celebrity. She has money to pretty much hire any attorney, and these are the attorneys that she hired, and they're getting
Wow.
slammed in front of her every single time. They've been threatened with contempt of court multiple times. The judge has told them that they should settle this case. The judge told them that last year. Like, there's no way you can win. Told them this
Wow.
way before the trial started. So the judge has lost all confidence in the attorneys. This judge, in fact, threatened to go home and research if he could call the bar, report them to the
What?
bar. Yes.
You're not. That happened?
Yes, it's on. Yes, the
Wow.
audio is on YouTube. It was in a Zoom hearing, and
Wow.
the audio is on YouTube. This judge said, "You know what? I'm gonna go home and research whether I can report you to the state bar." Like, that's how
That's
bad it
insane.
was. Yes. Yes. These are Tasha K's attorneys, the attorneys that she chose, right? So
And
it's
it's like
super
she got money.
interesting.
She got it's not it's usually because obviously a lot of times when you're doing cases like this, it's about finances, right? One side has money, like we all know Cardi's got money, she can hire the best. And Tasha K with a million subscribers and she's hawking all her stuff. She can definitely hire some attorneys on substance. I'm surprised she would go no more criminal attorneys and at least somebody
Absolutely.
who is at least has some defamation background because defamation is a kind of a niche thing, right? There's a lot of defamation that comes out.
Exactly. Why you would go and hire just some, DUI attorneys. It's crazy to me. So I'm not sure if they had some type of agreement where, they wouldn't charge Tasha K and Tasha K would shout them out, and give them some clout or something like that. It was some type of bartering or exchange type of thing. I don't know how she got hooked up with these people, but it's
Well,
been
I was
crazy.
Yeah, I was watching your coverage about the law school thing, and it's like a lot of the hearsay stuff they just didn't get. Like obviously you can't just take so if the audience knows you can't just take a post off Facebook and bring it in a court and say offer it for the truth, right? There are hearsay rules that first grade or first year law students would know. So it's like
Yes.
all those silly mistakes, and it's just like and honestly, I think I would have been able to get this case tossed because the actual malice is extremely. Usually, these cases don't go to trial because you have competent attorneys who argue actual malice right at the motion to dismiss stage. So when it's past that, I was pretty shocked to say like, oh my god, they're going to trial on a defamation case with a celebrity, and there's just so much out there that her songs, things that she's done. Like remember, she had that Instagram thing about robbing men and all that stuff, and so
Yeah.
there's a lot out there that you could have used in a motion to dismiss for actual malice. And I'm surprised they didn't, they just didn't get past that part. It was just like that was shocking. But now going in a verdict and the bad job these attorneys did, it looks like there may be a little malpractice thing going on there. What's going on? And one thing I want to ask you: are there any brothers or sisters that can handle a case? I mean, I'm assuming Georgia's got a lot of competent black attorneys that can handle this for. Why does she want
Thank
to what's going
you.
on?
Thank you. I mean, gosh, shout out to Nate, man. Yes, Atlanta is full of excellent black male attorneys and excellent black female attorneys. If I'm going to be honest, there are probably more black female attorneys than black male attorneys. I mean, every single year in law school, in all the law schools in the state, more black female attorneys come out than black male attorneys, right? And they're full of them. I know this because I've dated some of them, right? And she decided for some reason, Tasha K decided not to give any business to all of these intellectual sisters or brothers, but certainly the sisters, because it's the sisters who support her. It's the sisters who hold her channel up. And she decided to skip over every single one of these black women and go straight to this Russian lady who ruined her case. Absolutely ruined her case. So I don't know what the rationale was behind that.
It's
But
but it's one thing that my mom used to always say.
mhm.
It's when the chips are down, you go at what you really trust, right? You can be pro black and be all that, but when the chips are down, and you need that, and you need somebody to come through for you. You know what I'm saying? Where you go to what you believe is true, right? And and that kind of I think exposed her on that. But she's out there being pro black, pro black, pro black. But when chips were down, she wasn't going pro black, right? You see where she went, right?
Exactly. Even though at the same time, I now, my personal history, I'm just going to say this. The only reason it's relevant is because Tasha K brought it up. Tasha K made a video about me talking about how I only date white women and I don't date black women, which is
Yeah, I
the
saw
exact opposite, right?
that.
The exact opposite. So, who she chooses for her attorney is her business, right? Whatever. You want to forget about all your
Facts.
black sisters and go straight to the white woman, fine, do that. But then don't do that and then turn around and start introducing race when you get in conflict with a brother, saying, oh, the brother only dates white women. But then when your chips are down, just like you say, you go and hire a white woman to handle your case. I guess, but what do they say? The white people's ice is colder, right? That's just how a lot of people, that's how they think, right? That's absolutely how they think. So you are absolutely right, Nate. It's super weird, and I appreciate you calling in. I know you got some stuff going on back there. I can see with your
Yeah, but no, my
kiddos.
daughter just came out of school. I'm waiting for my other kid. And so when I saw the link, I got the email yesterday. I was like, oh man, I missed it yesterday. So I was like, you know what? So I'm sitting here for a couple of minutes. I'll jump on and just say what's up. Because I watch this stuff all the time. I've been watching, I've been like so fixated on this case because I'm just like, Tasha K. I've never seen such a defamation case get so destroyed
Wait.
by the defendant.
Let me interrupt. It looks like we got a verdict. Tasha K.
Already?
Tasha
Oh,
K. No, Tasha K loses on all counts. Cardi B
what?
wins on all
You're
counts.
joking!
She
No!
wins on
Oh
all
my God!
counts.
She lost on all counts?
Cardi
Oh!
B won on all counts.
What?
Shout it out one more time.
That's crazy!
Dude,
That's crazy! Oh my
wow.
God!
The
You
winos
know,
are sick.
Tasha K is done.
She
She's
is
done.
done. Wow. Shout it out.
That means her YouTube
Dang.
channel, look, bro, that's her YouTube channel. All that stuff is up for grabs.
It has to be. It has to
Wow.
be. Losing on the defamation, losing on the false light, losing on the invasion of privacy, losing on the
Damn.
intentional infliction of emotional distress. She lost on it everything. Right? Where's her
That's
channel going to be
shocking.
next week? Who knows?
It's gonna be, it's
Who
gonna be,
knows?
it's gonna be Cardi B's channel. It's gonna be Cardi B up there. Yo,
Oh
she lost
my
on all
God. She
counts.
lost on all counts. She lost on all counts. And I'm gonna go through all of the super chats, but let me give a big shout. Sorry. Big shout out to Luke Hazley. I'll bring it up in a second, Luke Hazley. I can't find it because the chat is going crazy. Thank you so much, Luke Hazley, for the $200 super chat. You are, of course, the sponsor of this incredible stream, but you always supported me so much from day one. Thank you so much, Luke Hazley. I'm gonna read it in a second. But guys, so what do you think about it? Okay, so where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? Now, now we enter into the second portion of it's really like a different trial where they talk about the damages, right? How much? Because in the closing, neither party said how much they wanted. Now, Cardi B's attorneys did say that there was a $10,000 medical bill out there that was floating around, and she also said for the attorney's fees. She didn't say how much Cardi B had paid in her attorney's fees, but she did say it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. All right. This is a direct quote from her. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, I think this is even worse than what you than you think, because this was liable per se. So you don't have to prove damages, right? You just got to prove you just got to prove it happened. And if they found her guilty on all counts, then she's automatically damaged because it's per se. So that's it.
But
that's just pull out your pocketbook.
The jury is going to contemplate. The jury is going to take into account, the things where there are bills, right? And so I'm just telling
obviously
the people what we heard today in the closings. So the attorney's fees alone are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's this rumor that I keep seeing floating around saying Cardi B was only asking for $75,000. But that's not true. That's just that's just what you have to say in this type of case to get into federal court, that you're going to ask for at least $75,000. And I'm reading from the chat that the whole internet is going crazy. Crazy. Guys,
this is insane. This is insane. Just for the people in the chat, this is what they call a diversity case. So if you have two plaintiffs from different, if you have a plaintiff and a defendant from different states, if you want to take it to federal court, you have to be asking for at least $75,000 to go on a federal court. If it was less than $75,000, then she would have to file it in state court. So that's why. So she's asking for more than $75,000, but $75,000 is the minimum.
Guys, how do you feel about this? We have 4,500 people in the chat, 4,500 people. 4,600 people. Guys, if you want to congratulate Cardi B, please hit that like button. We only got 900 likes. Please hit the like button for Cardi
Yeah,
B.
what the
You
hell's
know she
everybody
gonna
doing?
see this case.
900 likes and 4,500 people. Come on, you guys got to be able
Come
to do better
on,
than this.
guys.
Come
And
on.
listen, if you were rooting for Cardi B, hit the like button for your boy right quick. Oh man, shout out to
Oh,
Cardi B. So
wow.
yes, shit all counts. And the jury made it out before 5. Everybody was looking, to be honest, like what is taking so long, right?
It
So
was that bad, huh?
they said we're gonna beat the rush hour traffic. Rush hour traffic in Atlanta. It's around 5 o'clock. They were like, no, we got to get out of here. So thank you guys for hitting the like button. Y'all are awesome, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this is what it is. So what do you think, Dave?
This is number one. It's going to change the game on YouTube because there's a
Yes,
lot of loose lips up here on YouTube that be saying a lot of crazy stuff. And now that and the fact that Cardi went and got paid, because that's what's going to happen.
yeah,
She's going to get paid. So a lot of these other YouTubers who be you slapping their lips, and all these drama channels, now they gotta have to watch what they say because they don't want to get caught up in this little crap too. You know what I'm saying? When you saying stuff and you think that you could just say it with impunity. Now these celebrities are gonna be like, what, I can take you over behind the court and we can get paid. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
So
exactly,
this is
exactly,
this I think changes the game. This I think changes the YouTube game because Tasha K was trying to
absolutely.
play that game, but now she got caught out there.
Yes, yes, and libel on all counts. So it's a wrap. It is a
Yeah.
wrap, right? So we will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Well, listen,
Wow.
thank you so much, Nate, for
Thanks for
coming
stopping me, man.
on, man. I really appreciate it. Please come on anytime, right? And y'all, listen, 4,000 people in the chat. Please go check out that Nate the lawyer. I'm subscribed to him. He does excellent work on all of these types of cases. If you are interested in this Cardi B Tasha K case, you will absolutely be interested in his channel. Excellent, excellent content creator and
Thanks
a
again, brother.
brother. All right. Shout out to the
Thank you.
brothers. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you
man. You
so
take
much,
care. All
Nate.
right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
You
again for having
too.
me.
Thank you so
Later.
much. Shout out to my man, Nate the lawyer. So what do you guys think? Let me hit it one more time for our girl. Oh man, I should have asked Cardi, could I play that WAP song when the verdict comes down? What do you guys think? Guilty or not guilty? Let me say liable. Guilty, guys, is in the criminal aspect. Liable is in the civil aspect. So we're gonna say she's not guilty because guilty again, Tasha K is not really guilty because that's criminal, even though, right? We're gonna say liable because it's a civil case. Liable on all accounts. Liable on all accounts. And you guys were here to see it. So let's do this, guys. Let me just drop the link. The jury didn't even let me long stroke you guys. I wanted to long stroke you a little bit, boy. You know how you be chilling with your girl in high school and y'all be on the sofa and you be like, yeah, this is about it. And then her mama pull up and you're like, oh, you hear that garage door open. You were like, oh, I thought I was going to get it. That garage door open. You're like, oh, man, right? So the jury came back and slid that verdict in before I could get to going. But shout out to all of the jurors. They started out, I believe, with 10, and only 8 were left. So one got kicked off because she was amazed at the evidence. It was so in favor of Cardi B, but she could not believe some of the nasty things that Tasha K was saying. There was also another jury that got removed, didn't get kicked off, but got removed for COVID. So there were 8 jurors left. And these 8 jurors, they were like, y'all think it's going to take a long time? Watch this. It is not. It is not going to take a long time. So I have dropped the link. And if y'all want to come up, while y'all are coming up, let me hit some of these super chats. Let me get let me put my sponsor in here. Of course, it is the Luke Hazley. Luke Hazley. Let me get Luke Hazley up in here. Luke Hazley. All right, and I've dropped the link for anybody that wants to come up now because of all of these scammers And this didn't used to be the rule, but it's the rule now, unfortunately, because all these trolls, you're gonna have to come on camera. I know, I know. I don't want y'all to have to come up on camera either, but this is the way it's got to be, because people take advantage of YouTube. People just come up on here, they do what they want, they come up on here, they say what they want, and there's no repercussions, right? Today, there look like there's going to be some repercussions and consequences. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Tasha K is going to have her channel in 2 weeks. I mean, how can the channel stay up? How can it stay up? Right? I don't know. I have no idea. And let me just say this as a YouTuber, as someone who has spent countless hours on my own damn channel. I don't wish for any channel to be taken down. I mean, I'm sure you can show me some channels where I'm like, all right, come on, right? But in general, you have to cross the line so bad for me to even consider having your channel taken down. Even if you got 3 subscribers, I don't care. Maybe if you got 3 subscribers, you ain't really put in a lot of time. But if you got 1 million subscribers, but it's like, come on, man. If y'all remember, and I don't ever want to bring race into it. I know we got a lot of white brothers and sisters that watch the show, a lot of Hispanic brothers and sisters. But y'all remember back in the civil rights movement when like Martin was getting arrested and all these people were getting arrested, and we needed to try to change the laws. And there were cases that we could have used to try to change the laws, but we didn't use those cases. Why? Because the facts weren't 100%. To really change the law, we needed the facts to be 100% in our favor. And we would call them like test cases. So if you had a test case, you'd be like, oh, this is a great test case. Let's send this up to a higher court because all of the facts are on our side, right? Those test cases, guys, are so hard to find because usually if a case goes to court, it's kind of like, right? So it's hard to find a test case. This is a test case for YouTube defamation. It's a test case where the YouTuber with 1 million subscribers says, yes, I defamed. She gets on the witness stand and she says, yes, I lied. Yes, I said stuff and I knew it wasn't true. Yes, I said stuff and I didn't care whether it was true or not. Yes, I gossiped for money and for clicks and for views. Yes, I told her that if she wanted this stuff down, she would have to pay me. What was the quote that she said? Does anybody remember that quote? It was so gangster. She said she talked about a video that was not true, and she said it was not true. I'm talking about Tasha K. Tasha K was saying things that was not true on a video and put it up. And Cardi was like, "Hey, this is not true. You need to take it down. Send all these cease and desist." Tasha K said, you know what she said on a subsequent video? She said, and I quote, "How gangster is this?" She said, "You want shit taken down on my platform? You gotta pay me for that, bitch." I was like, oh my God. Is this how YouTube is supposed to work? When there's defamatory content submitted on YouTube and now they have to pay you to take it down? What did Tasha K say in another part of another video? She said, "You want to shut me up? Let me tell you how to shut me up. Pay me, bitch." I was like, oh God. The hell? Like, this is going on YouTube. Right? I have to make everybody cam up now on YouTube because of the trolls that are getting channels taken down. But this channel gets to stay up? When in federal court, a federal jury comes back and says this person is liable for every single count, liable for defamation, liable for intention of infliction of emotional distress, liable for false light, liable for invasion of privacy, but this channel gets to stay up? Like, if this channel gets to stay up, no channel should be taken down. No channel should be taken out. Let me bring up Boss Attorney Bree. Boss Attorney Bree, how are you doing, Boss Attorney Bree?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It is always great to have co-counsel on the stream. Where do you practice out of?
I am in California.
You are in Cali. Okay. Have you been keeping up with this Cardi B Tasha K case?
Yeah, so I've been binge watching your streams, and then I also watched Emily D. Baker and Natalie Lawyer Chick. So I've been keeping up with it a little bit, not really reading too many articles about it.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about this verdict here? What do you think about the case in general?
I think it's very interesting. I think Emily D. Baker made a good point about whether the YouTube channel is going to be taken down.
Mm-hmm.
I saw another defamation case where the YouTuber ended up taking the other YouTubers, or I think it was a copyright or something like that, took the other YouTubers' play button. So I'm wondering if Cardi B is going to do that, take her YouTube play button.
What does that mean, take the play button?
So when you reach like 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, you get that YouTube play button.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a case where a YouTuber won against another YouTuber. So as part of the damages, he took the YouTube play button, kind of petty. So he no
Is
longer
that
has.
even legal? Jesus Christ.
It was a part of the settlement. So it was in the settlement documents.
Oh, okay, settlement. All right. If it's a settlement, then that's fine. But I did, that's harsh right there. That's when you get your pound of flesh, right? When you say, I
Yes.
want that play button. Because guys, you only get one play button. It's not like you're entitled to a play button so you can order 5 more for your mom and your friends and your girl. No, you only get one. And if you want another one, then you got to start a new channel and run that one up to get that play button. So man, that is kind of petty right there. That's harsh,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, my YouTube channel is still pretty new. I actually have a consultation with you on Thursday to talk about some stuff.
Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Well, shout out to Balls Attorney Bree. Yes, it's super interesting. Interesting. Did you see any hope for Tasha K in following this?
No, I think the lies and the admitting that you actually did it, I think that really bit her in the butt. And then being rude on the stand, the jury is to see that.
Yes. She was fighting back the whole way, lying the whole way. And I don't even want to mention about the channel coming down because y'all know my history with Tasha K, and it's going to look like I'm rooting for the channel to come down. And even though she says some of those things about me, I don't think the things that she said about me warrant her channel coming down. The issue is that she said some much worse things to other people, right?
Yeah.
And so that is the terrible thing. Now, it could be that Cardi B does not want her channel taken down on the one hand because Tasha K is going to have to pay her some money. And without that channel, where is she going to get the money? But then on the other hand, Cardi B don't need the money, right? This might be like the play button. Cardi B can be like, you know what, Tasha K, keep the money. I want your channel, right? Instead of your channel's play button, I want your whole channel. Take it down. And what is YouTube going to say? YouTube is going to be like, no, we can't take this channel down, even though it violates all of our community guidelines, even though it violates half of our terms of service, right? How can they keep it up?
Yeah, and they've taken down channels for less reasons than that. So.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah. So it's super interesting. Super interesting. Do you have any final comments on this, Boss Attorney Bree?
No, not really. I'm just excited to see how much it's going to come back that she owes, or like I said, if she's going to take the play button or take the whole channel.
Yes. And this is a lesson for all of us YouTubers that, hey, it's not like people can just say anything about us anymore, right?
Right.
We'll see what YouTube does. We will absolutely see what YouTube does. Thank you so much, Boss Attorney Bree, for coming up. I appreciate it, right? Thank you so much. I'll talk to you on Thursday.
Okay, thank you for having me.
No problem. All right. Guys, let's hit it one more time for your girl. Let's hit it one more time for your girl. Shout out to the Cardi B. Your girl Tasha K liable on all counts, right? What do you guys think? Let me hit some super chats right quick. Thank you so much. Miss Sophia says tomorrow is my man's birthday. He said no to my gift. I said I want you as my best man. Sophia, you are so awesome. You are so awesome. The gift you were going to send your husband is amazing. Amazing. So shout out to you, Miss Sophia. Shout out to the Thrifting Channel. Thank you so much. Shout out to My Book of Life as well. Thank you so much. And again, guys, I'm going to read all the $20 and $20 and above because we got so much to talk about. Maggie, the substitute teacher, ready to hear the D's today. I'll bring the snacks, y'all. Thank you so much. Maggie, the substitute teacher. Yeah, they kind of stole my thunder. I was going to long stroke y'all. Boy, they was like, no, this jury's like, we got to get out of here before traffic comes. Bravo with Sheila. Ladies, let's chat. Yes, yes, yes. So let's bring up CJ Kyles. CJ Kyles, how are you doing?
Great, man. How are you this afternoon, Lee?
Doing fantastic, fantastic. So what do you think about the result in this case?
I think justice was served.
Yeah, why is
I don't
that?
think you should. I think it's a consequence when you go around and you bigging up your channel off pure negativity and you make accusations like that. I think it should be a very big consequence for that. You can ruin somebody's livelihood with that. Imagine if it was somebody on a smaller scale and you make an accusation as what she did, and now they can't get work because of something that you said out there. You can ruin somebody's livelihood. You can kill their reputation. You can kill the way they eat. And that's a problem.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And guys, I don't know if you remember this when she came after me. That's some of the BS that she was saying about me. You know, not only was she making stuff up, talking about the whole white women thing, but she was like, oh, I'm going to find out where your office is and I'm going to blast you on social media and on the internet. So, you know, no one's ever going to hire you, lead attorney. You're never going to get any clients. Bitch ain't even know I was retired. Like, you know, she doesn't care about the facts. She just come off the dome with it. She just come off the dome. She don't care about nothing. And she said this over and over and over in her deposition and then at trial down here in Atlanta. She was like, I don't care if it's the truth. I don't care if it's a lie. I care about the money. I care about the clicks and the views. She kept saying that there's some agency watching her. There's some agency that's reporting on her, agency that's keeping track of her numbers, and she has to have her numbers look good. And so this is why she was saying that she would never take the Cardi B stuff down. Once she started hitting the Cardi B stuff, she said that her numbers went up by 340%. She said she'll never take it down.
That goes to show you, Lee, clout is a drug.
Yes.
Fame is a drug. People talking about you is a drug, and people are willing to sacrifice their whole careers just to get a taste of clout, success, or whatever it may be. And that's why I appreciate channels like this. You don't try to tear people down. You may even have disagreements with people, but you'll be like, well, you know what? I still don't want to see that channel come down. I'm not trying to stop how they eat. Exactly. And when you build a channel constantly off negativity, once that negativity stops, then what else do you have? You really have nothing of value to offer people. Correct. That's why I think that's the wrong way to go. And I think justice was definitely served. And she should, you know, I'm not going to say she deserves to have her channel taken down, but I will say that something needs to happen for real, because you shouldn't be able to just say whatever you want to say about somebody with no facts, with no real facts.
Exactly. You are exactly right. Just off the top, right?
Off the top, yeah.
I agree with you. Well, thank you so much, CJ. And you have a YouTube channel, is that right?
Absolutely.
High Value Nurse.
Absolutely. My YouTube channel is called The High Value Nurse. Y'all, please go subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I would appreciate y'all talk about how to become a nurse, how to navigate through this nursing game. And I'll just give y'all the game, and I'll appreciate it if y'all come check me out.
Excellent. Y'all see him right there. CJ Kai's High Value Nurse. If one of the mods could drop the link in the chat. Thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate you, Lee. Thank you.
No problem. I'm going to get Maggie right now. And then Auntie Nisi, Iconic, Intersexed, and King. I don't see any of y'all. All I see is y'all's icons. And I can't do any icons because YouTube's always taking channels down for BS. And then when the real stuff hit, right? Oh, but the real stuff got 1 million subscribers. So we got to leave that up, right? We got to leave up the 1 million subscribers because we get a cut of that, right? YouTube gets a cut of the million subscribers, right? But it's the smaller channels you don't give a fuck about. They'll just turn your lights on. They just hit the switch. Your whole channel's gone. Shout out to the Lou Casely. Let me just hit it one more time for the Lou Casely. So we heard the verdict in real time. Y'all heard that thing. Y'all knew it like 5 minutes before me. I'm over here running my mouth with my man Nate. Everybody in the chat screaming, man, your girl won on all accounts. Thank you so much, Lou Casely. Y'all know Lou Casely, always supporting me, holding me up so strongly. And not just me, but so many men in the manosphere. Even though she got the smooth cat, right? She's a moderator over there with Kevin Samuels. She supports so many brothers in the space. So thank you so much to Lou Casely, one of my all-time biggest supporters. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. She has sponsored so many streams. So thank you, Lou Casely. Shout out to Lou Casely. Shout out to all the red bottoms. Y'all remember that story I told y'all when I turned around and I was looking down and I saw Cardi B's feet standing on the damn thing. We were coming through security and I looked over. I saw her red bottoms come through the security X-ray machine. I turned around and Cardi B was right there standing barefoot on that nasty floor with her red bottoms coming straight through the damn security, man. Shout out to the Cardi B. All right, let us bring up Maggie. Maggie, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Lee. What about you?
I am doing fantastic. So what do you think? Is this the right verdict? Is this the wrong verdict? Kind of, how do you call it?
I think it's the right verdict. I wanted to ask you, is this just an issue of pride, or is there any precedent? Did Tasha K really think she was going to win this?
I don't think she thought she was going to win it. I think she thought she's going to milk it, right? I mean, maybe she thought she was going to lose the battle but win the war, right? So she's going to lose this, but all of this is just going to bring her more notoriety, more fame, more clicks, more views. And people talk about pride and clout. To be honest, I don't think it's any of that for this lady. I think it's one thing, and she kept saying it, and this is what I believe her on this. She kept saying over and over and over again that it came down to money, right? People say it was her ego. People say she wanted clout. No, because she kept saying over and over, oh, I'll take the stuff down, but give me some money. And don't just give me some money for me taking it down now, because if I would have left this video up, it would have gotten revenue into the future. And if I would have left this other video up, it would have got revenue into the future. And then this other video over here that you want down, that video would have gotten revenue into the future. So if you want me to take these videos down, you need to pay me now, but you also need to pay me for all the money in the future that it was going to get. And then once you pay me for the money now, and then once you pay me for all of the money in the future, I'm still going to talk about you. Because talking about you, guess what? It gets me more clicks. It gives me more views. She would put the hashtag cold sore B, which is what she called Cardi B, herpes B and cold sore B. She would be talking about something like, she would be talking about Derrick Jackson, and then put hashtag cold sore B. Didn't have anything to do with Derrick Jackson. She would put that hashtag on videos that were irrelevant to Cardi B, but she would do it just for the views, which would translate to money. So for her, I think it was absolutely about money, and she was making a killing. But what's going to happen now? You know,
I know. Money's not going to help you on the inside, but you said she's not going to do any jail time because this is civil and not criminal. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, there's no jail involved. Well, here's the thing. You know, there's no jail involved on the defamation, on the invasion of privacy, on the intentional infliction of emotional distress, on the false light.
Yeah.
However, committing perjury is a criminal offense. And she lied up on that stand so many times that if the court wanted to bring up charges or have charges filed against her and bring her back, they absolutely could.
Yeah.
So that's in limbo. Even that is in limbo.
So with the perjury, I was just going to ask you, would that be another trial, or they use the evidence that they have from this trial to prove whether she lied or didn't lie?
It would be both. It would be a new hearing, but they would use evidence from this
Mm.
hearing, evidence from the old hearings and her depositions to show at the new hearing that she did commit perjury. So it would be both, yes.
Oh,
And she
goodness.
has some exposure.
A lot of it. I remember the episode that you did taking us back to law school. That was really helpful. When you were talking about citing cases that all attorneys go through, would this be like, I don't know if this is a landmark case in the YouTube space, would law school students reference back to the Tasha K, Cardi B decision?
Maybe, especially now with law. I mean, law schools, they're kind of 10, 20 years behind the times, but now with kids coming up in law school who all have TikTok accounts and all this, some law school students already have YouTube channels. So they could absolutely be talking about this in courts. Now, there have been defamation laws forever, right? And so in terms of the case, this was a very easy case. A third-year law student could, in terms of just the complexity of it, this case was simple. Defamation cases have been around forever, but this is really the first time you see, a huge YouTuber against a rapper or a singer of this magnitude, where the YouTuber is admitting at all times that, yeah, I defamed, and so what? I needed to get paid. Everybody was like, shit, like, you gonna say it just like that? She's like, yeah, I needed to get this money. I needed to get a check.
Horrible. Goodness.
Right?
So the jury that decided that she's liable is also the same jury that's going to come up with the amount, right? So is that what we're waiting on now?
Yeah, I think they're going to use the same jury, possibly. I'm not sure how they're going to do it in this particular case, but it's probably going to be the same jury because they've heard all the evidence. Could be a new one though, so we're going to see. But yeah, and that case can probably take anywhere 2 to 4 days or something like that. It'll be a whole new trial, with in terms of the verdict. Yes, in terms of how much is going to be paid, and we're going to see. But the attorney for Cardi B in the final arguments, she didn't really give a specific amount to anything. She said for the therapy, there was a $10,000 medical bill floating around. And she said for the attorney's fees alone, it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that Tasha K is going to have to pay off the rip. So I don't know how Tasha K is going to turn this into a win. Now, if she keeps her channel, and because of all this fame, she looks up tomorrow and her channel has 1.5 million subscribers, which means more money and more support, more ad revenue, more advertising sponsorships, more affiliate and all that, then yeah, it is a huge win for her. But if she loses her channel, it's a disaster. So this was a huge win-lose type of strategy, right? It's like super risk versus reward.
Huge risk. Could YouTube also take legal action, or YouTube could just take the channel away?
Yeah, YouTube would not really take any legal action against, because she didn't really say anything about YouTube. YouTube would just say, hey, you're just violating our terms of service, and you're violating all of our community guidelines. Just on the cyberbullying alone, because that's what this is. This is cyberbullying, guys. This is defamation. This is violating, so many laws of the state of Georgia. And so how can YouTube just let this stay up, right?
Yeah, man, crazy.
So we're going to see about it. Maggie the Substitute, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. I started a baby YouTube channel. Thanks for the inspiration. It is Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and it's about my weight loss journey and how I substitute the foods I love with foods that love me back.
I love it. Well, shout out to Maggie, the Substitute Teacher. If one of the mods could please drop the link to her channel in the chat. Thank you so much, Maggie. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
No problem. Shout out to Maggie, right? So what do you guys think? This is interesting. And again, the attorney, Cardi B's attorney, is a different attorney that did the closing today. And she was bringing that heat. She was bringing that heat rock, and, let me be honest, Tasha K's attorney was bringing that heat too. Cardi B's attorney did her closing. Then Olga came up, and Olga was like, no, this has been a disingenuous presentation by Cardi B's attorney, basically calling them liars. Everyone was like, whoa. I mean, she came out of the gate blasting, right? And she questioned them on so many things. She questioned the doctor. She was like, oh, they got a doc. She was basically like, is that a real doctor, right? Is that doctor? Did she really examine Cardi B, or was she doing her therapy because her and Offset were about to get a divorce? Everybody was like, what are you talking about? She was like, oh, the doctor said she went up there to treat. She went all the way to New York to treat Cardi B. Did she really do that? Or did she go up there to New York to see Cardi B about her divorce and Offset? Everybody was like, I mean, she was like, she didn't give a shit. She was like, I don't think that's a real doctor. It was crazy. She was trying to blast. She was trying to poke holes in anything that she could. I mean, Olga was up there snapping. She was like, she was talking, all right, the whole thing about the cold sores, right, which was related to herpes, because Cardi B was said to have herpes. That's what Tasha K was saying, because of the cold sores. The doctor said that she didn't have herpes. Olga pulled up a photo of Cardi B's lips and blew it up. I will tell you, on that photo, that was a cold sore. It was a cold sore, right? Now, Tasha K has already admitted to using photos that were doctored and altered, but she pulled that damn thing up in the courtroom. And she was like, I don't know, this is like a cold sore to me. The judge had to get on her. The judge had to make an objection on its own. Usually judges don't really make objections like that. Judges wait for the other party to jump in. The judge stopped and said, listen, no, I'm going to strike what you just said. You can't tell the jury what the hell you think. Like, you can't do it, right? The judge had to do that twice. Olga was running through him. Olga was like, no, I don't know. Looks like a cold sore to me, goddammit. And to be fair, it did, though. It did look like a cold sore. But then the other attorney came up. The other attorney, not the attorney that I was disappointed in, but the new attorney, right? The new attorney, she came up and she went straight at Olga. She turned around. When we're talking to the juries, we're always looking at the jury. She turned around and looked at Olga, and she started blasting Olga. What did she say? Let me see if I can show you guys. Let me see if I can show you guys what she said. She said she was like, I understand now why Tasha K chose Olga and her law partner to represent her. Because Olga and her law partner do the same thing as her client. They lie. I was like, damn. I couldn't believe what was going on in court. I mean, the attorney multiple times turned around and was blasting Olga. I mean, they were going at it, guys. They were, so shout out to Olga for not giving up. But that attorney snapped her off. That attorney straight snapped her off, right? All right, let me bring up my book of life. My book of life. Let me bring her up. My book of life. How are you doing? Also, let me say this. If there are any winos in the house, shout out to the winos, right? If there are any winos in the house that want to come up, you are certainly welcome to come up. This is not an echo chamber. If y'all know of any winos, if there are any big YouTubers that are winos, tell them to come over to the lead and I'll bring them up and we can talk about it. We can talk to them, okay? I'm going to treat them real nice. But let's get some winos in here too. So what do you think, my book of life? What do you think about the verdict?
I think it was absolutely appropriate. And I really do hope that it sets the tone moving forward for people to really.
Well, I think we're losing you.
That type of stuff. Oh, no. Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. I was just saying, I really do hope that people take this as a lesson learned across the board. You have to be cautious what comes out of your mouth and what you post about people. Too many people are unaliving themselves and having mental health crisis because people are bullying them. I mean, it's 2022 and we're still dealing with cyberbullying. So for everyone, the winos, shout out to them because they're grieving in the chat. I see that now. So y'all check on them. Y'all check on them tonight because they might start drinking Listerine out the bottle because they might need something stronger than wine, right? But I really do hope that moving forward, this sets the tone for people with these gossip channels to say, chill out. Entertainment is fun, is kiki, but just chill out, calm it down some. This needed to happen. So shout out to Cardi B. And then moving forward, I hope she takes that money and gives it to the girls that she also caused harm to and pain to. But that's a different conversation.
Yes. Do you think that their channel, that Tasha K's channel, should stay up, or what do you think about the channel?
We are in a capitalistic society. YouTube is not going to take that channel down because they're making money. As long as Tasha K is making money, YouTube is making money. They're not going to take that channel down. And honestly, I would like to see, I do believe that everyone needs an opportunity for redemption. So I wouldn't want to just take the channel from her. I would be interested to see what type of growth this grown woman is willing to make. She has children. I mean, who was she screaming at? Tonto? I mean, she has kids that watch. I'm sure they can Google their mom. I would be embarrassed if that was my mom. You get what I'm saying? So I would like to see her moving forward, get an opportunity to redeem herself. You can be funny. You can be, charismatic and eclectic and all that good jazz, but you don't have to attack people to get your point across. So I don't want to see the channel taken down. I would like to see her doing better and moving forward in the future.
Absolutely. Do you think that someone like her can be redeemed? Do you think internally, do you think that she wants to make a change? Or do you think that because of her personality, she will always be this way?
The mustard seed of faith that I carry is that everyone has the ability to be better. And it's just going to be a choice that she's going to make moving forward. So, I mean, I would like to see it, but I don't know. We're going to see. I mean, she got a pretty little, she got a slick little mouth. We'll see.
We are going to see. Now, how much do you think the jury should award her?
Man, I'm telling you, I would love to see a good $10 million, $15 million holla. I would love to see it. And I don't care if she got to put them kids on a payment plan for the rest of their life to pay that junk off. I really don't care. It's the principle. I want that because I think if they, write a little $1 million, she'll wipe her ass with that $1 million check because she got it.
Exactly.
She got it. She'll still think I won. Oh, little $1 million, but you hit her where it hurts 10. Yeah, okay. She gonna be like, you know what? Maybe I need to start reviewing Tupperware or something because this ain't working. This ain't working for me no more.
Reviewing Tupperware, right? Wow, I heard of that. Well, listen, thank you so much, my book of life, for coming up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Yes. So what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? This is super, super interesting, guys. Let me bring up Iconic Intercessor, and then we'll bring up Intentional Millionaire, and then Rebuilding, and then Ani Nisi as well. Let me bring you up. Iconic Intercessor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you, lead attorney?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
You hear me?
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm a little shaken by all of this. And I will say I did start my YouTube channel, but what took me so long to really invest in it is because of all of the slashing and the dirty stuff that goes on in the beef sector. It did have me a little nervous because we even had our nose friends shocks people and send people to people's address. I said, this is dangerous up in here. And so I feel Cardi B did what she had to do. And my heart goes out to Tasha K because she just had a baby like Cardi B, and she has mouths to feed. But I don't know why people don't think about that. It's like selfish, and when you become like a narcissist and forget about your family. I just don't know why a woman that just gave, allegedly, let me say that, I don't know why a woman that just gave birth to a newborn child wouldn't humble herself and real
Right.
and but I think it was because she was being empowered. See, she has a lot of clout with YouTube. She had a lot of, she always would say it. Well, this is what she said out of her mouth. I don't know her personally, and I don't know anyone in YouTube. I can only go by what she said. She had the type of influence and favor with YouTube where she could call the heads up and give them a shout out concerning you or blackball you. She was really establishing rank with YouTube. So she probably felt like she probably got YouTube confused with the court system, thinking that she would have that same favor in the court system, not realizing that they were two different entities. The rank, the favor that she had, and the numbers that she had with YouTube had nothing to do with her going into the courtroom, and she probably was banking on Cardi B's crummy attitude. Because I used to watch Cardi B on Love and Hip Hop, and and you want to know what? You could possibly think she could have had herpes. I mean, she was with them all. She's been through. This is allegedly. But what
Thank
I
you.
had seen, it was like she was doing what she needed to do to get where she needed to go. She started off with that guy named Rich. She used to hang out. She was passed around the creep squad allegedly. So it's a miracle. I'm glad she doesn't have STDs, but she sure could have got it. And one of the guys was sleeping with a lady that looked like she had AIDS allegedly. And all of these
Okay,
people
what
were
are
in
we
the
talking
same
about now? What are
circles.
we talking about? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this is
but anyway,
uh-huh.
so but anyway, I think that everything worked out the way it will, and I think it's going to work out for everybody. Cardi B, because the song Press that Cardi B put out was about Tasha K. I don't know why Olga didn't go into all of that and play that whole video. That video was traumatic. She had dead bodies laying all out, and Tasha K.
Okay, yeah.
uh
It was no, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I got a lot of people
so
back
but I
here.
so
Go
okay,
ahead, just to
so
wrap
but
up.
that's it. But that's it. But I hope that Tasha K also said that she said this out of her mouth that she was offered a contract to come over the Wendy Williams show. I don't know if that'll still be on the table, but I hope it's out there for her because I just have a heart for children, and we don't want those babies to starve. That's it.
Absolutely. All right, listen. Thank you so much, iconic
And,
intercessor.
and,
I
and, and
appreciate
and
that.
they can
Thank you
come
so
to.
much. All right. Yeah, we don't want the babies to starve. That's true. So shout out to iconic intercessor. All right, guys. Let me just hit it one more time for the Cardi B. Looks like she has been awarded at least $1 million, $1 million, and then the court has set a possible future hearing for the punitive damages, guys. Punitive damages are a real thing. They are a real thing, and they are set up just to punish. Right? Punitive damages are not compensation, guys. They're not trying to make you whole. They're not trying to give you any money back for money that you have lost. They are not trying to do that at all. Y'all know. Let me do if I can just do a little screen share here for these punitive damages. Can y'all wait? Show y'all what's going on. Punitive damages can be even more than the compensatory damages. Let me do if I can share my screen. And punitive damages are serious, guys. You know, if you've got the punies here, punitive damages, all right? These are, not to compensate you, not to compensate you. You know what these things are? These damages are awarded. Why? Why are these things awarded? To punish. To punish. That is why punitive damages are awarded. To punish. To punish who? To punish Tasha K, right? To deter. To deter. To deter. To deter who? To deter anyone like Tasha K who thinks that this is okay. The whole reason, guys, the only reason that punitive damages are awarded is to punish and to deter. Now, what do you think? You know, she's already been awarded at least $1 million. How much do you think? How much do you think Tasha K should be punished? How much? Right? Do you think it should be 500,000? Do you think it should be another million? Right? Another $1 million that she's stroking. Even with the $1 million award, do you think Tasha K ended up winning? How will we know if the channel is still taken up or is still left up? What if the channel is not removed? The punitive damages can easily be, 500,000, a million, 1.5, 1.75, 2.3, right? Because again, you don't have to show that, you damaged my reputation. I didn't get this record deal, or I didn't get this starring role. No. This is not to compensate you. This is to punish, right? To say this is not acceptable. You have done something wrong and you need to be punished, right? It's a serious matter.